My squad. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shin Megami X, aka your Captain X, here today. Just to give you basically a quick rundown of my gaming setup, how I get my videos edited, basically how things go down in my world. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so first things first, let's start on with the gaming setup. As you can see right here, front and center, I have two Xbox One controllers, my massive 40-inch Toshiba TV, which I got from just a local store around this area. Set me back quite a little bit, but you know what, nonetheless it was worth it. 42 inches, it is what it is. Right here in the corner, as you can see, we have, let me zoom in for you a little bit, we have the Xbox One. For those of you who own an Xbox One or thinking of buying an Xbox One, it is a very good system. I'm not just saying that because I own it, and also, you can stand it on its side. Microsoft said that they don't recommend it because it wasn't designed for that, but I've had it on its side for several months now, and it's caused me absolutely no issues. As you can see above the Xbox One, what we have there is one of my surround sound speakers, which I bought from the good people at Argos. You can also find these on Amazon. They're Logitech. I'll zoom into them so you can get a better view of them. Wait for it. There you go. Let it focus. Camera doesn't want to focus, but whatever. Yeah, you can see it as you're zooming out. So anyways, that's my Logitech speaker. So now let's move on to the surround sound bit. Without trying to show you all the mess and stuff around the background, what this surround sound speaker system is, it's just a Logitech. Basically it's two speakers that I plugged, one speaker here and a subwoofer bass bit. I'm not really an audio person, so I don't really know all the technical terms for it, so just keeping it real with you. So I've got that here, which is what I plug into the back of my TV, around about here. Excuse all the wires and mess. As you can see, the green wire connected here, which is what all my gaming sound and stuff come through. So it just amplifies the sound better, and I can control the bass individually as long as the volume and all that good stuff. So anyways, let's move on. For those of you who've been one of my subscribers for a long time, you guys would know that this right here is my MacBook Pro. Alright, and I use this for university studies, all sorts of things. It is essentially my media hub. So let's get this bad boy opened. Yeah. Alright, now let's move on to the next segment. Okay guys, while I'm setting up the section for the next segment of this video, I'm just quickly doing this little part just to show you that what this little wire here is basically a HDMI to Thunderbolt display connector. And what that lets me do is let me move the camera inside. What it lets me do, it lets me dual screen my the screen on my laptop to my big TV. So it lets me be able to edit videos and do things on a bigger screen, which makes things easier to see, etc, etc. The rest is common sense, I don't need to explain that. That little wire just there is just literally the charge for my laptop, nothing more than that. Let's move on. Okay guys, now you can see that the video editing software that I use to make all of my videos is a program called Final Cut Pro. Alright, I'm going to set the camera to the side and I'm going to show you roughly how I go about editing my videos. I'm not going to take you through the full process, but I'm going to show you roughly what it is that I do. Anyways, so let's move on to the next segment. Alright, this is going to be a little bit sketchy, a little bit edgy and stuff because I haven't done any new videos since I've done my latest Bleach review. So I'm kind of making a video without having a video to make a video from. So yeah, anyways, so like I was saying, I can control everything on my laptop over here. So let's adjust this so it fits the screen a bit better. Get my little dock at the bottom right there. Alright, now if you take you through Final Cut Pro, what you have along the sides here you can't even see on the camera. Let's move that camera over here slightly. Yeah, I think that works. Does that work? Yeah, it works. Alright, what you have over here is you have all the different filters that you can use in Final Cut Pro. These are already pre-installed, so they're such as black and white, 50s TV, squares, bokeh effects, things of that nature. And these are the things that I cast and overlay over the top of my videos to make them look a little bit better. Alright, I can also add music and stuff into them. They can go through my entire iTunes list, but yeah, I tend not to do that because of YouTube copyright reasons. I tend to just use Bleach music, which is what you can see, which is the green symbols. Let me zoom into them. Which is these green bars at the bottom. This is actually Bleach Soundscape to Adore. And the reason that you're seeing this as missing file in the top here is because whenever I make a video, after I finish rendering, it's completely gone to YouTube. I delete the footage just simply to save space on my hard drive. So, with that being said, whenever I make one of my Bleach reviews, first thing, there's some things that I always keep the same. first thing is my intro that you guys have seen. Like, as you can see in the top panel over here. Hold on, let me make that bigger for you. So as you can see yeah, so as you saw right there, all my videos are displayed in this top panel here. Let me move that out the side because that's just a status notification thing. So first thing I do is I always leave my initial intro, as you can see that's running there, in the timeline. I never take it out. Same thing goes for my my Bleach Flash Depths intro. I never take that out. As you can see, for every single Bleach review, I always change this number here. So like as of next week, where it says Bleach chapter 570 review, I'll change that literally at the time to 571. So since I'm here, I might as well do that now. So where it says Bleach 570 review, I will just literally change it. Already reviewed, didn't I? Let's be capitals. I'll delete it all. Yeah. So we go cap locks. So we go 571 review. And that's all I do to update that. So there's literally no work at all. But setting this up initially was a pain, as you can imagine. Video editing is something that I do, and all these intros and stuff that I made were made by the power of this video editing software called Final Cut Pro. I used a whole blend of the different features. One of my favourite ones that I used was the bokeh effect, bleach out effect, and just basically loads of different fades and cuts. Alright, if you wonder where all these videos are stored, all these videos and footage and stuff are stored in this section up here, where I'm just about to delete that. I'm not sure if you can see it from the camera. Can you see it from the camera? I don't think you can. Actually, I think you just did. That's cool. If you can see it, you can see it. But all of them are stored over here on the right where all these dates are stored. I'm not sure if you can see it from there. But nonetheless, that's that. Let's move the camera so you can get a better view of what's going on. So let's zoom in. At the bottom here is a timeline. And the timeline, as I said before, is where I keep all my intros. So I can literally just slot the videos that I make after doing my reviews in between the video, in between the intros. So that would be the first intro. Then I'd have like my introduction to whatever I'm going to be talking about, introducing my name. Then I have the main intro where you see me flashed up around and sonido. And then you'd have the main Bleach review, then you have the ending, which, yeah, it goes on with that. All my videos are stored in this section here where you see dates. So as you see, they date back as far as August 2013, because that's when they decided to save them into the memory of Final Cut Pro, which is very, very useful to me. Alright, moving on now. As you can see over here, this is basically the filter gallery, and as you can see, what the section I'm on now is actually the transitions part. So how I affect how it blends. So you know, it can blend into like a dark hole, it can blend center outwards. There's so many different filters and options for me to choose from, for me to have my own creative freedom. I can even blend some of these animations over the top of each other to get a very unique one. I can also add plugins from the internet for it to work a bit better, but that's neither here nor there. The same thing goes for music. Other filters and stuff as well is all in here, and then over here is basically where I manage all of my effects on top of a video. So with that being said, that's roughly how I get down to editing my videos. After I do that, I quite simply go along to the share button on this, and it uploads the video directly to YouTube, where I enter the description, and I also enter like what the title is, etc, etc, anyone I want to give shout outs, any links I want to give, things of that nature. And this is the program that I use, Final Cut Pro, and I really recommend it for anybody that has a Mac. It's a great program for video editing, and some of the most professionals in the industry use Final Cut Pro. It's very expensive, but there's always a way for you to hack things. I'm not going to tell you exactly how because of YouTube blah blah reasons, but there's always ways for you to get around things. Like, come on, we live in 2014. Alright, but for those of you who are wondering like what video editing software you can use, there are programs that you can use for Windows, such as Sony Vegas. It's a very good program, and yeah, it's expensive to buy, but like I said, you can hack the thing. Like, we live in 2014 here, let's keep it real. Okay guys, as you can see, what we just had here was a quick demo of, like, you know, my gaming setup. As you can see, I had the Xbox One, a couple games installed on it, a couple disc games and stuff, and, you know, MacBook Pro connected to my TV by a Thunderbolt connection, things of that nature, surround sound speakers, you know, enhanced audio things. So it's just things like that. I think now would be a good time for me to give some advice and answer some questions that a lot of my subscribers have had. a lot of subscribers of mine have wanted to start their own YouTube channel and basically didn't know about how to go about doing that. So I'm going to give you like a quick talk about what's the best way to do things. First things first, before you start a YouTube channel, first thing you need to decide is what are you going to be talking about, reviewing, doing unboxings, like what is your catch, what is your thing? Is it gaming, is it gaming news, is it gaming videos, is it let's plays? Talk to me, like what is your thing? Alright, once you decide what that is, the next thing you want to go and do is that you want to like basically go and secure your YouTube name as early as possible, because YouTube names are original and good, and like catchy YouTube names are hard to come by. So get your YouTube name, get your YouTube account set up straight away, because that will cost you zero. Get everything that costs you no money out of the way straight away. Next thing you want to do is make sure you have a decent laptop that can, you know, have a decent connection to the internet and download like quite hefty programs and have good hefty programs running at once, such as Photoshop, in my case Final Cut Pro, and things like Adobe After Effects for you to like make your own special intros and stuff. If you're the kind of person that you don't know how to make you know, intros and stuff, there's so many videos on YouTube that give you templates and give you like, you know, tutorials of how to do that. If you just take maybe half an hour out of your time, you find how to make yourself a splendid intro, and these are the things that make your YouTube channel original. Also, making your own art, which is what Potential L does. Yeah, it's something that's really cool. So those are things that attract people to your YouTube channel, because you got to think to yourself, nothing that you're ever going to do on YouTube is going to be truly original, because all the ideas are quite bluntly taken. Like I do reviews. There were people that did reviews way before I came onto YouTube, probably even before I was born. So what makes their channel different than mine, or my channel different than theirs? And that is quite simply the quality of my content. And basically that's one thing you need to ensure as well, quality. And when talking about quality, you want to go and get yourself a decent camera. If you're fortunate enough to already have a very good camera like myself, then you're in luck. But if not, then hopefully you're working or something, or you can borrow a cousin's camera or something just to get yourself started, because in this day and age, we expect good quality. Nothing less than 720p really will suffice, and that's just the bottom line. Yeah, I've had videos in the past that are not quite up to 720p, but that's because what I was trying to display didn't require a significant attention to detail, and that's just the bottom line. So sort out your YouTube name, set up your YouTube channel, get yourself a good quality camera, and then after that, also make sure you decide what it is exactly you're going to be talking about. Okay, now after this, let's talk about like, you know, the more creative side of your channel now. Let's say you know how to use Photoshop relatively well. If you're doing, for example, Bleach chapter review, don't just take the latest snippet of like, you know, this week's chapter. You know, if you're gonna do that, you know, color it in, add some effects in the background, make the thumbnail truly original, because when people scrolling through YouTube and looking for like what Bleach review to look at next, if they all look the same, why are they going to click on yours? They're just going to scroll past yours without even thinking about it. But if you have something that's eye-catching, looks somewhat different, like what my thumbnails are, like what Charles Anime thumbnails are, like what Potential L's thumbnails are, or the Elite Ace, you think to yourself like, okay, let me just like click on it and check it out, because the thumbnails are things that subliminally attract you to that person's videos, and that's my advice for you. Alright, now as for subscribers and gaining subscribers is the most difficult and most rewarding feeling on YouTube, because when you have good subscribers behind you like I have, they're very dedicated and loyal to you, they understand it, and they give you positive criticism about your channel and how to improve, because obviously they just want to see you grow. And at the end of the day, as a YouTuber, you need to understand that you're there to entertain them. So when somebody's giving you positive criticism, don't like get all uptight about it. Just take it on the chin, understand what they're saying, and, you know, move on and apply that feedback to your videos. There's been several times where I've had subscribers message me and tell me that they feel like the quality of my videos have dropped because of X, Y, and Z. And I was like, you know, okay, fair enough, it did hurt to a certain extent, and Charles' Anime World has had the same problem. But you got to take that feedback on the chin, apply it, reassess your YouTube channel and how you're going about things, and make yourself better, because that's how you gain more subscribers. You guys probably wonder like, what's this guy doing, you know, giving YouTube advice when he only has 370 subscribers. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm a YouTube success in my own right, and that's simply because I'm very grateful for all the subscribers that I have. I never imagined myself getting to the stage of over 100 subs. Now my new goal is 1,000. So you keep setting yourself milestones. As a YouTuber, things are going to be tough. People are going to hate on you. People are going to criticize you. People are going to tell you that your content's no good. But at the end of the day, you need to realize that the main reason that you're doing this is because you enjoy it. The reason I do anime and manga reviews is because I enjoy anime and manga. I enjoy Bleach. I enjoy reviewing this stuff. I enjoy doing tech, gaming, new videos and gaming news and things of that nature. I enjoy what I do, which is the reason why I always come back and the reason why I will not stop. You gotta be determined, you gotta be strong-headed, and you gotta be somewhat stubborn to survive in the YouTube world. Because at the end of the day, the YouTube world is not for the weak-hearted. So for those of you who are easily influenced by somebody giving you 1 or 2 negative comments, I'm gonna tell you quite bluntly, YouTube isn't for you. But nonetheless, I hope you guys can take my advice on board. So get yourself a good video editing program. If you can't get Final Cut Pro because you don't have a Mac, because Macs are expensive, and you just have like a normal Windows PC, it's no problem. Get yourself a program like Sony Vegas because it is just as good, if not in some aspects better than Final Cut Pro. Look on YouTube for tutorials about how to make intros and stuff. Your YouTube doesn't have to be elaborate and fantastic like mine. It can be like relatively simple because sometimes less is more. Look at Charles' Anime World. His intro is like, it's quite detailed, but it's not as detailed as mine, but yet it still works. Yeah, fair enough, I made it for him, but nonetheless it still works and it's very good. If not as well, if you're not very good at making intros, get somebody who makes intros to make one for you, because how's anybody ever gonna know? Because at the end of the day, it's just to attract people to your YouTube channel. But I think you guys understand that. Your thumbnails, make sure that they're original and unique. Your content, make sure it's high resolution, keep it fresh. Do things every now and again to break the mold. Like, don't just sit in front of a camera like what I do and just talk all the time. Like, blade it up by adding like intro sequences or like funny moments. Like, bring your own personality into the game, because at the end of the day, subscribers are only gonna like you for you. People aren't gonna like you if you try to be a carbon copy of me. People aren't gonna like you if you try to be a carbon copy of Charles' Anime World, the Elite Ace, Tekken 101, King of Lightning. The list goes on. So anyways guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video of like, my gaming setup, roughly how I go about editing my videos, and just basically some advice for those of you who are upcoming in YouTube, want to start a YouTube channel. So anyways guys, it's your boy Shin Megami X, aka Captain X. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll be around soon, and I'm signing out. And as always my people, take care. Peace.